So, hello beautiful people of YouTube. Today's video is going to be about my summer and what things have personally stood out for me. So, here we go. One of the first things that stood out for me is when I had a bonfire at my friend Jessica's house to burn all our exam resources and stuff like that and booklets that we'd used, and I didn't need anymore because we'd finished our exams, and it was good considering since September all I'd been collecting was exam booklets and papers and sheets and just so much stuff. And it was so good to get rid of it all, and that was really, really fun. And then we had a sleepover thing after, and we watched a bunch of movies and stayed up until like 6 AM the next morning because we didn't really realise what time it was. Yeah, I personally was staying awake, and so did my friend Jack, until 6 AM. The other two sort of just fell asleep. But hey, it was good, and the films were really bad. Like, they were really predictable, but they were nonetheless. It was still a fun night, and yeah, we had a lot of fun. Then the next thing that stood out for me is when I went to my friend George's barbecue at her nan's house. She had it with her and a few of her friends and her family, and it was really, really fun, and we had a lot of laughs and stuff like that. And I remember most of the night I spent making loom bands with her brother. So yeah, I like loom bands. Loom bands are cool. So yeah. Then we stayed over at her house, and I was meant to go to school the next day, but plans changed for various reasons. So yeah, that was that. Another thing that stood out for me is just when we went to the park just randomly this summer. I went with like loads of my friends, and we sort of just decided like, oh, we want to go park today, and it was like, okay, let's go, sort of thing. And they were on various number of days. The sun's actually been really helpful for us this summer, and we've actually got some really good weather, so we were quite lucky in that sense. I mean, it's chucking it down right now, but it's coming up to September and I'm going back to school, so I'll let you off. Going back to school, starting college, so I'll let you off. And then from about the 15th of July to the 4th of August, I spent most of my time with my friend Chloe, and we went to places like Grays Beach. We went to like a water sprinkler place, park thing near us. That was fun. We also like went to the park with her brother and stuff like that, and had like a little picnic and played on swings and whatnot, because we're 5. So that was really, really cool. And then other times we just spent on Tumblr and listening to music for most of the day, and watching Orange is the New Black. I've now seen it twice. Now seen both seasons twice because I watched them and I was like, oh, it's so good, you have to see it. And then she was like, okay, we'll watch it, and we rewatched all of them. And it was really, really good. So yeah, that was fun. Then from the 4th of August to the 22nd, minus in weekends, I spent on the NCS Powered by the Challenge. Probably one of the reasons why this summer has been one of the best ones for me, because I met some amazing people who are not only friends to me now, but they are like family. It's weird to think because 3 weeks ago they were complete strangers to me. I didn't know anyone. Like, literally there was no one from my school, no one that I ever knew before, and now we're super, super close, and I know them all a lot. So yeah, it was really, really good. And the first week we did like an outdoor activity day, outdoor activity week, where we did hiking, rock climbing, raft building, scrambling and weaseling, which is probably one of the highlights of my week, which was like we jumped between massive rocks, and it was really, really cool, and climbed up and over them and went through little holes and stuff like that, and it was so fun. Like, you cannot, yeah. And it was like that and the rock climbing were probably one of the things where you needed to trust your teammates, but I'd only known my team for a day. But we all sort of just come together and automatically was a massive team, and we worked together on the rock climbing and everything, and it was so cool. And then we did the hike, and we did camping, and the weaseling and scrambling for me were the things that stood out most for me because they were just so exciting, and I love being in the outdoors and seeing the view when we were camping and when I was eating my food. We actually cooked the food on little stoves. And I just sort of was like, I'm not gonna not face this amazing view. Let me turn around and eat my food while watching this amazing view. And I actually said that to my friend Olivia and also our senior mentor. I was like, I'm just gonna turn around and look at the view because it was just amazing. I was completely speechless, and it was a lot of fun. And then the second week we did a university accommodation sort of thing, and it was really tested whether I'd be able to live on my own in uni, and I think I will, because I actually really enjoyed living on my own and having my own room and stuff like that, and it was cool. So yeah, we also in that week did a media project where we filmed a video for an old people's home to advertise and try and get more volunteers and stuff into their actual home, and it was super good. And then we, don't know what this is, we presented it to our family and the rest of the wave on the Friday, and it was so good, and it was really emotional. We also had a talent show the day before, and it was just really emotional, and it showed how much our group had really grown from the beginning of the 2 weeks to that point. And then in the third week we did a campaign, and we're doing our campaign on homeless people. We are now volunteers of the charity Centrepoint, which helps young people around the UK to build a brighter future for them who are homeless. So that's all cool. So I just want to say that if you guys live near me or know me personally, we are having a fundraiser day on the 20th of September. I will leave all the information down below. There's also a Just Give page if you can't come to the event. Then a donation would be amazing, and I would be completely thankful, and so would the rest of my group, if you could all donate. So yeah, we are just doing that, and it's exciting. And the fundraising day is going to have stuff like henna, loom bands, because I love making loom bands, and cakes and stuff like that, and it's just going to be so cool, and I can't wait. I honestly cannot wait for that day. It's going to be so exciting. Yeah, and I like the fact that we get to help people. So yeah, another thing that stood out of me that was in between those weeks was on the 9th of September, 9th of August, we went to Dagenham, me and my mum's side of the family, and my mum and my dad, of course, went to Dagenham Redbridge Football Club to watch them play their first match of the season. And it was really good, because it was in honour of my granddad, because his birthday was the day before, but obviously he wasn't with us. He was sadly no longer with us. So yeah, we went to see the football match for him, and it was just really good, and I enjoyed it thoroughly, and the atmosphere was just, it was so cool. And yeah, I really want to go see another football match with my dad. Me and my dad are thinking about going to see Dagenham Redbridge play again. But yeah, it was good, and I loved it. And then on the second weekend, my friend Chloe stayed over, and I sort of like spent a lot of time with my parents that weekend and just talking to them and stuff like that, and that was really life-changing. And we had some conversations, and it was really cool. So yeah. And then the third work weekend, because we're in the weekend now. No, we're not, it's Monday, but hey. The Thursday that we had off of the third week to get our results, I got my exam results. I passed all of them. I am now a college student. I'm so happy. I cannot wait to start college. But obviously on the 22nd I was very emotional when in terms of my results, and maybe people like my granddad, who unfortunately couldn't be there to see my results and the things that I had achieved, and the people from my group at NCS really helped me through that. So thank you guys, and I love you all a lot, because you all sort of knew, especially in week one. In week one, my mood changed instantly because I found out something that was happening at home while I was away, and my group just knew that I was upset, and they were like, are you okay, do you want to talk about it? And they just really helped me through it, and I love them guys a lot. So yeah, thank you guys. But yeah, I think that's about it for my summer. It was really good. It's probably one of my best summers I've had. And yeah, I'm now going to put in some photos that I found from this summer of different selfies or just random pictures from these sort of days that I spoke about. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys lots, and I will speak to you sometime next week, hopefully. I'm filming with my cousin tomorrow, so that will probably be next week's video. So look forward to a collab next week, and yeah, I love you guys lots, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!